Alright, this is cool because we've got a line segment. We're supposed to make a triangle. This is not something they're going to test you on in the online test, but it's good skills to have. We're going to have an obtuse angle. That means wider than 90. I'm inclined to draw something that kind of does this, then something that's kind of short, because if this guy is short, then my sides are going to have to be wide to make it all the way to either end. And it wants one side to measure 4 centimeters. So the easiest thing to do is to find, there we go, now you can see, 4 centimeters. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that side over here. And it's hard to do this through the lens of the cell phone camera. So I'm going to go ahead and line up my 4 right there, because then I can just drop to the corner of this thing. And I'm going to make it a little shallower, so I'm sure that that top angle will be obtuse when I finish this triangle. Alright, I draw from here to there. That's my 4 centimeter side. And then I'm going to go ahead and connect that triangle this way. There we go. And if I'm curious about what the measure of that angle is, well, I can use my trusty protractor and check it out. It looks like it's about 120 degrees, which is definitely obtuse. Alright, this one wants to have a 45-degree angle and all sides having different measures of length. So a 45-degree angle from, let's say, right this side here, 45 degrees is about there. So as long as my line either would hit that or would kind of go close to that, I'll be good. So the way it is, it kind of looks like I might have an isosceles triangle if I go from both sides right up to there. So what I might want to do is make this one a shorter side and this guy a longer side. If I make the side shorter, it's still going to have that same angle no matter how long this side is. If it goes to here or to here or to there, then it's going to be the same angle it's making down here. So my line segment 7.5. As long as I don't go to 7.5 exactly, I should be able to make this work. I'm going to go ahead and make this a shorter than 7.5. So I measured this at 7.5 centimeters. I'm going to make sure my line would go through that dot if I were to keep it going. But I'm going to make it like 3 centimeters long. So it's short, real short. And this angle is 45 degrees. Now all I gotta do is connect these, and look, that's not 7.5 and it's not 3. There we go. Happy triangles. Alright, here's some clues on these cards. Determine whether the conditions will result in a unique triangle, more than one triangle, or no triangle. Alright, so I have one side length between A and B is 3 centimeters, and my 2 angles are 45 degrees at A and at B. Okay, that's doable, because you can have 45, 45, 90 triangle, and 3 centimeters could be the longest side of it. Let's say I draw that 3 centimeters side length, kind of like this. That goes from A to B. That's 3 centimeters. And if I make 45-degree angles, let's say 45 degrees. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this 45-degree angle and move the center up so I can draw my leg across the bottom here. Gee, I'm making a mess. Kind of like that. And this guy also is going to want to be 45 degrees, so kind of like that. And this guy here will be a 90-degree angle. So 45 degrees, 45 degrees. Yay, it's simple. It works out nicely. All right, I got 3 side lengths, 2, 3, and 5. What you got to do is you've got to make sure that any pair you add up, the sum is larger than the third side. So 3 plus 5, that's 8, that's bigger than 2, that works. 5 and 2 is 7, that's bigger than 3, that works. 2 and 3 is 5, 5 is not bigger than 5. What's going to happen is this. I'm going to have a chunk that's exactly 5 centimeters, a chunk that's 2, and a chunk that's 3. And if I want them all to connect, I'm going to have to fold those 2 and 3 inch sides down so that they match up exactly with the 5 centimeter side. So it fails triangle inequality is what I'm going to put. Where's the thing with that? There it is. Because if I have a 5 centimeter segment, then my 2 and my 3 centimeter segments are going to have to lie straight on top of that line segment. I can't raise that midpoint up. If I do, then the 2 and the 3 will start to separate, or I'll have to separate it from one of the other corners. All right, 80, 42, 58. If I have 3 angles, I got to sum to 180 degrees, or else they cannot be. So, cannot be a triangle. 80 plus 42 plus 58. 58 and 42 is 100, 180. That does equal 180 degrees. So this guy, because I've got a length and 2 angles, this makes one unique triangle. This guy makes no triangle. And this guy, well, as long as I've got those angles right, it could be as big or small as I want it to be. So this is infinitely many triangles. I could draw one if we wanted to. Let's see, they're all acute angles. So let's just start a little line down. I need 80 degrees. So 80 degrees from this angle. 80 degrees goes this way. I'm going to just make a sort of dotted line for now, because I don't know exactly where on there I'm going to have to land. .42 from there. Alright, 42. Let's see if I can line this up with this corner. 42. Well, I'm going to have to come shorter, 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 shorter. 42, a little bit shorter than that. 42 is about there. So my center point being about there. There we go. It's bad. It's not a perfect sketch, but it could be worse.